Yo, what is up, boys? Welcome back to the Inbound Podcast. Before we get into it, make sure to like and subscribe. We need those subs. So, our first segment is going to be on Jake Paul versus Ben Askren. That was very interesting to watch. Definitely not a waste of money or time.
Yeah, that was the worst sporting event ever thrown on by any company, by any sort of entertainment network. The worst boxing event, the worst sporting event of all time.
Man, we spent $50 on that, bro. That was such a waste of money. Oh my god, that was so terrible, dude. We sat there for 6 hours. For 6 hours, dude, to watch 1 minute. 1 minute of Ben Askren getting his ass handed to him. That was it, dude. We sat there for 6 hours, laughed a little bit at Pete Davidson, and then it was over. And we all went home, and we were all sad and angry.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Doja Cat wanted me to commit suicide and rip my ears off, dude. She was so bad. And then, dude, the best part is when like that girl teased the fight. She's like, but now it's time for all you've been waiting for, Justin Bieber. And everybody was just like, dude, come on, we don't care. We want the fight. We want to see Jake Paul get knocked out. However, it didn't turn out that way, unfortunately.
Yeah, that Doja Cat. Those 2 hours of Doja Cat was something else. But so what do you guys think of how Ben Askren showed up to the fight? You knew it was bad right from the start, right from the weigh-in. It was over.
Well, I think Ben Askren cared more about the money.
Yeah, 100%.
Because if you saw after when he was walking off, he was just smiling,
yeah.
and even there was Omar from House of Highlights went into both locker rooms. He was saying how when he went into Jake Paul's locker room, all they were doing was talking about the fight, trying to pick apart Ben Askren's boxing ability. When they went into Ben Askren, they were just talking about how Bitcoin went up a bunch. So it was clear that Ben Askren was in this for the money, and honestly, he has every right to do so because he's a retired MMA fighter. He was 19-2 as an MMA fighter, and now he just coaches professional wrestling. So this was basically just a money grab for him.
Man, those love handles on Ben Askren were doing him no favors. I will tell you that. I mean, here's the thing. Do you guys think that it was rigged, or do you think it was simply that Ben Askren just didn't care and just went in thinking, okay, I'm going to lose? It wasn't necessarily, rigged, but he was just throwing, basically.
I got to be honest. At first, I thought it was rigged, but when I watched the replay, when the ref told him to come forward after he stood up, he sort of wobbled forward, which is why I think the ref called the fight. So I don't think it was rigged.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I don't think it was rigged at all. Ben Askren just doubled his net worth getting hit one time, and I think he knew that, and he came in. He didn't prepare, because I've seen him eat punches in MMA. He's got hit a lot harder, many more times.
It was against Lawyer Lara, I think, where he was on the ground. He was getting beat the crap out of. I mean, elbow after elbow for 2 straight minutes, and he came back and won that fight. So he can take hits, and then this was just him not caring.
Yeah, and I think a big thing, a lot of reasons people don't fight people like Jake Paul is if you lose, your reputation's killed. I mean, the only thing Ben Askren is known for is getting a knee to the face by Jorge Masvidal 6 seconds into a fight.
Dude.
So it's not like his reputation can get any worse. He loses this. No one's going to remember this. People are just going to remember getting kneed to the head by Masvidal. So.
Yeah.
I think we're talking about Ben Askren in the money, but let's talk about Jake in the money. He made $65 million from this fight for 30 seconds. I think it was 119 seconds that fight lasted. So he made $550,000 every second for stepping in that ring. That's ridiculous. That's more than most people make within 3 years of working.
Dude, he just this whole thing. I'm not gonna go as far to say it was totally rigged, but I think both of these fighters went in knowing who was gonna win.
Yeah,
I think I'm not gonna go as far to say that there was some under the table agreement, but it might have been an unspoken agreement. And I mean, Jake certainly didn't act like he won something, that he knew he was going to win. I mean, you guys saw him after the fight. He was going absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
Over beating, almost a 40-year-old dude with love handles. I mean, but I don't know. Something about it just seems a little fishy to me. I don't think that it was totally a fair fight. I mean, if nothing else, I mean, you guys have basically already said it. I think Ben Askren basically just didn't care. I think he was there for the money.
Yeah, I think Ben Askren went into that fight with the desire to walk in, get hit one time, and walk out a few $1 million richer. That was it.
With a smile on his face.
Yeah, and he succeeded.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think a big thing is what's next for Jake Paul. Because, like, he's fought YouTubers. He's fought an athlete. Now he's fought an MMA fighter. I think it's finally time he faces a boxer. And a boxer that is creditable. And then this will finally put the respect that he's looking for on his name. Because, honestly, wasn't very confident after the Deji fight because he got beat around through 5 rounds by Deji. And then after the Nate Robinson fight, it's like, oh, this guy's got some power, but Nate Robinson doesn't know how to box. Now we got a guy who somewhat knows how to box, but it's more is a wrestler. So I can start putting respect on Jake as his fighter. But now we got to see where is he going to go up after this. Because if he wants to be a prize fighter, dude, he'll make a bunch of money being a prize fighter. He'll probably go undefeated. But if he wants to pursue as a professional boxer, he's got to fight an actual boxer for his next fight.
I don't know, man. I think pretty much whoever he chooses, he's going to choose somebody that he hopes he can beat. I just want him to lose, man. I really just want him to lose because if you think about it, Jake Paul is currently running a formula that is designed for success. He fights people that he knows he can beat, and everybody wants him to lose. So he makes a ton of money off these fights because people want to see him lose, and I think he's going to continue to fight people that he knows he won't lose to.
I gotta be honest. I think like out of the $75 million that that fight brought in, I think like 75% of those people who bought the fight wanted Jake Paul to lose the fight, and only the 25% actually wanted Jake Paul to win. And honestly, great business play. Let's be honest. He's going to bring in bank. It's a great business play. He even calls himself the problem child, which I think is phenomenal and I think is completely hilarious.
No, he's done an amazing marketing job. But I think the problem with this formula of, building up this huge audience of people wanting to see him lose and then beating him, I think he's going to run out. People are going to get tired of seeing him fighting scrubs. And eventually people are going to want to see him do a real fight. Like, I know he's talking about to Nate Diaz. If that gets set up, that's huge.
That would be a big fight.
I mean, Jake Paul would get dropped against. I mean, Nate Diaz is a different animal, but
yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah, it'd be entertaining.
So do you think that might happen? Do you think he really might try and go for a real prize fighter?
It's possible. However, I don't think like Nate Diaz is a big name.
Oh yeah.
I think he's got to fight someone first on the lower end. Like Dylan Dennis was someone that was calling him out, and then there's Daniel Cormier. Is also a fighter that they're calling out. So I think he's got to fight one of those two before he goes up to fight someone like Nate Diaz.
Right.
All right, boys. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on YouTube and follow our brand new TikTok account at The Inbound Podcast.
We go over everything on the internet, from sports to music to cancel culture. We all have our own strong opinions, making this podcast freaking electric.
Make sure to have your parents, your dog sitter, your grandparents, your uncle, your fourth cousin 4 times removed. Hammer that subscribe button. And if we hit 1,000 subs by the end of the year, Adam will eat a ghost pepper live on the potty.
Wait, what?
What are you doing? All right, whatever. I don't know if you guys saw the tweet back in National Women's Day when Burger King in the United Kingdom tweeted out that women belong in the kitchen. I think I found a tweet way worse than that came out yesterday in which the Raiders of Las Vegas tweeted, "I can breathe" after the Derek Chauvin conviction. It's like, that's not the like sort of anthem behind the George Floyd. It was "I can breathe."
That's the point.
But so they kind of messed up there, and they're getting a lot of hate for that. So I thought it was kind of funny. But speaking of the Raiders, let's talk about the NFL draft. What do you guys? I think it's quite obvious that Trevor Lawrence goes first, but he's already got the playbook. He's got $20K going to charities. But where do you guys see Kyle Pitts going to?
I mean, Kyle Pitts is the greatest college tight end I've ever seen. I think he's elite. I think he's going to walk in and be a top 5 tight end. I think he's that good. I think he goes 4th overall to Atlanta or 6th overall to Miami. I don't think he makes it very far down the draft.
Yeah, I think just the fact that, he's considered a dual tight end and wide receiver just makes him, such a diverse player, makes him basically a jackknife. I mean, I pretty much agree with Anthony. I think I see him going, under the 6th pick.
I'd love for the Lions to take Kyle Pitts. You don't understand how good our offense would be with T.J. Hockenson. He's already arguably a top 5 tight end. And Kyle Pitts, who can be put at wide receiver or tight end. Like, even if you'd run a two tight end offensive set, that could be unstoppable in the NFL. Because Kyle Pitts reminds me of Darren Waller, who's fast, he's big, athletic, except for he's faster than Darren Waller. I'm pretty sure he's bigger than Darren Waller, or pretty close. And he's got great hands, great vertical. I mean, this guy's an overall stud. And if the Lions took him at number 7, I watch out for the Lions in the North because we've been bad because our offense has been bad and our defense has been lacking in some areas. But Kyle Pitts might be the key to our offense.
Yeah, I think if Kyle Pitts makes it to 7, which again is a big if, I think we have to take him. Because if you think about it, this year is all about making Jared Goff comfortable. And they ran a lot of 2 tight end sets in LA with Gerald Everett and Tyler Higbee. And if we do that with Hockenson and Pitts, that's probably the best 1-2 punch in the tight end position in NFL history. And I don't even think it's close.
Yeah. It'll be like Hernandez and Gronkowski. I mean, it'll be that back again, except in better form. Because I think soon Hawkinson's going to be the best to ever do it. So, I mean, it's going to be pretty crazy, as you guys say.
And I think one thing that Kyle Pitts brings to the to our offense that that we haven't had, I feel like in a long time is a big body wide receiver. Because we had Galladay, who was pretty big, but he wasn't he wasn't like Calvin Johnson big.
Right.
Calvin Johnson would bully cornerbacks on the edge because of his athleticness. Yeah, he would get up, and obviously there's the refs that screwed us like 50% of the time, but he came down with a lot of big catches, and I think Kyle Pitts can be our new Calvin Johnson, and that would be a deadly offense in my opinion, especially with our new offensive coordinator from Los Angeles Chargers.
Anthony Lynn.
Yeah, Anthony Lynn. Dude, I'm so excited. I really hope we get Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
And honestly, hot take, I think 4 quarterbacks go in the top 10.
Oh, absolutely.
4. Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Because first overall, the Jaguars will take Trevor Lawrence.
100%.
Zach Wilson to the Jets.
That's a lock.
Okay.
San Francisco, I think probably will take Trey Lance.
Yeah.
Is it confirmed that the 49ers are going to try and draft? Because they haven't traded Garoppolo yet, right?
No, but I think if you go... I think they're at 12, something like that. If you go up 12 to 3, you're taking a quarterback. Like, I don't know why they trade up that high to get, Kyle Pitts or something.
Right.
Yeah, because there's still, Jalen Waddle, who's I think is very underlooked, that can come down all the way down to 12. And even if you, I know the 49ers also need, cornerback help. So there's Patrick Surtain, there's J.C. Horn. So there's going to be a lot of picks available at 12.
Right.
So the only reason why you really trade up is if you're trying to get a top of a quarterback, which I would see in Trey Lance or Zach Wilson, because Trevor Lawrence is basically a lock.
Right. Mm-hmm. This draft is pretty loaded, yeah?
Yeah.
Pretty loaded.
I don't know if I've ever seen a draft this loaded with offensive talent.
Right.
I mean, you graded wise, you got Trevor Lawrence 97, Kyle Pitts 94. I'm sure Jamar Chase is like a 93 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's we're definitely have a very very loaded draft. And I think another person that people are sleeping on is Mac Jones out of Alabama.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people see him as a bust, but I think with the right offense and the right training, he can be a good quarterback.
Well, potentially, he's one of those guys where, he doesn't have the best legs or anything like that, but you could potentially see him being somewhat of a Tom Brady, right?
Yeah, totally.
So, with the proper coaching and on a good team, because obviously he was very successful at Alabama, which is, one of the best college teams in the nation. If he gets on a good team and gets drafted to a good program such as the Patriots, which, of course, drafted Tom Brady, he could potentially thrive there if he's surrounded with weapons, I feel like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't draft him if I was GM. I think I see a lot of Kirk Cousins and a lot of Jared Goff in him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see enough Tom Brady, but I guess no one comes into the draft looking like Tom Brady. So, but I think if the right system around him, I think he could succeed. I actually think the 49ers would have a good offense for him. I think because Jimmy G made it to a Super Bowl with them, and I don't think anyone's looking at Jimmy G like an elite quarterback. So he plays very similar to Mac Jones. I think if he ends up in a system like that, I think he'll succeed. But if he ends up in the wrong system, he's done.
Well, going back to what you said about the 49ers, I don't think the 49ers made it because of their offense. I think they made it because of their defense. Because that Robert Saleh defense was elite.
Yeah,
one of the best defenses I've ever seen.
Yeah, but he still played really well.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, like, Jimmy G had a great year, and they definitely were carried by their defense, but it wasn't like their offense was holding them back at all.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I think another person that people are sleeping on is Najee Harris or Travis Etienne, because like it doesn't look like there's going to be a lot of running backs coming going early on in the draft. But honestly, if you're like at like 10 or like 19, 20, 21, I think Najee Harris and Travis Etienne are both elite running backs, and the best thing about them is they got hands. Like, if you recall back to, I think it was the Alabama versus Ohio State National Championship, Najee Harris caught a couple of touchdown passes, and they weren't easy ones to catch. So I think they got hands, they got athleticness, and I think if you're at like 20 or 21 and you need a quarterback, I'd watch out for them.
Right. You know what my favorite thing about Travis Etienne is, though?
What?
He's a short king. He's 5'10", baby. He's elite. That's what makes him elite in my mind. And he is ranked one spot higher than Najee Harris. I mean, of course, they're both the top running backs in the draft, so they're pretty much considered around the same. But Etienne is at 22 versus Harris is at 23. So, in my mind, Etienne's elite. I think he's gonna go very early.
Yeah, and I think a good team for him would be the Pittsburgh, because Pittsburgh had no running game last year.
Oh yeah.
I mean, their running game was basically short slant passes to was it Devontae Johnson and Juju Smith-Schuster, and that did not turn out well right after they were able to figure it out. So they're sitting at 24 right now, and I think if they get a top running back like Najee Harris or Travis Etienne, I think that offense could have a lot of firepower under it.
True.
Yeah, I think both those guys are gonna be pretty good. I don't know how elite they are, but I think if they end up in the right system, and I don't love taking running backs in the first round.
Right.
I think you only get 3-4 good years out of them. But if you need one like the Steelers do, and Najee Harris is there, I think you should go for it. Yeah.
So we've talked a lot about offense. What do you guys think about these defensive players? Because obviously the draft is loaded in terms of offense. Mm-hmm. But what about players like Micah Parsons? We got Kwity Paye coming out of Michigan. We've got Jalen Phillips, and we got Patrick Surtain, who you said earlier you think he's underrated. Where do you guys see these guys going amongst these really, really good offensive players?
I don't see a lot of them going in the first round. I know, I'm pretty sure Mel Kiper has Kwity Paye going 19th overall. I forget to who though. But yeah, I don't see a lot of them going on. A lot of defensive players going early just because of how loaded the offense is. But Micah Parsons a beast, and I think he might be a good fit, even if we're in Carolina or in Denver. Even if I would like him at the Lions. Mm-hmm. However, but I think Kyle Pitts is a better pick over the Lions.
Okay, if he ends up falling there. So do you think that if Kyle Pitts somehow doesn't fall to the Lions, they might take Micah Parsons?
No, because then I think they take Devontae Smith or Jalen Waddle. But in some world, if Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, and Kyle Pitts leave early, I think Micah Parsons would be a really good help for the Lions.
Interesting.
I don't know. I think if I were the Lions, my big word would be Kyle Pitts 1, Jamar Chase 2, Penei Sewell 3. We haven't really talked about him, but I think that guy's a franchise tackle. Mm-hmm. And I think the Lions, with Decker, Ragnow, and Sewell, they'd have an elite offensive line for Jared Goff.
Right.
And then I would go Micah Parsons. I think Micah Parsons, I watched him at Penn State, and he was incredible. He can do everything
Yeah,
at the linebacker position. He's extremely athletic. He's basically just Jared Davis, but 3 times better.
Yeah, he kind of bullied Michigan. I remember that game. That was such a bad game to watch. But yeah, he bullied us, and I think he'll definitely be a really good linebacker in the NFL.
I think the baby must be a top 5 because Apollo.
Shut up. Okay. So something we want to add to the podcast is a new segment called Top 5. So today we got top 5 rappers. So at honorable mentions, I got Drake, and I know a lot of people are gonna be mad about this one, but honestly, not a big fan of Drake. I gotta be honest. Then I got Lil TJ, who's okay. We got Ty Dolla $ign and Pop Smoke as my honorable mentions. What about you guys?
So me, I got my honorable mentions: Eminem, Chris Brown, and Young Thug.
Yeah, so my honorable mentions, these are people that, I listen to a lot, but they're just not in that upper tier. I got Lil Baby, Ski Mask, the Slump God, Drake, Lil TJ, and Jack Harlow.
Bro, how do you not have Eminem in your top 5?
Because he hasn't come out with any really good music recently.
Doesn't matter, dude. That guy is the I think is the god of rap. He is the founder, god, creator, whatever you want to call, the highest level president of rap.
Look, I have utmost respect for Eminem, but I don't listen to him enough for him to be in my top 5.
You can't live in Detroit or near Detroit and say Eminem's not in your top 5. That's just that should be illegal. It's not allowed.
Yeah, you deserve to go to
You can't
jail,
do
dude.
that.
Or have just Gretchen Whitmer throw you down to Florida. Because, dude, Eminem, go to. Like, I have Eminem at 3 in my top 5.
Damn.
Like, I have him pretty up there.
I don't know, man. I don't think he's higher than the baby. I'll put
Shut up, man.
You gotta stop. All right, so your opinion doesn't matter. I guess I'll start us off, so I'll go through my list. So number 5, I have Eminem. We just talked about him. I do think his older music is better than his newer music, but he's Detroit. I think he's the greatest rapper of all time. I think, just genuinely speaking, but I listen to other people more. That's why I don't have him higher. But
all right,
debating that.
I have Eminem at 3, but at my number 5, I got Tory Lanez. I think he's a beast. He's very solid. Like Freaky, very good song. Definitely recommend it.
Oh yeah. My number 5 is Da Baby. Not for the memes, I swear. It's because he can pull up.
Shut up, man.
Okay, so
moving on.
Moving on. Pretend that never happened. Number 4, I have Pop Smoke. Rest in peace. But I will say, like, the two albums he released in 2020 were 2 of my probably 5 favorite albums from that year. I think he went off and gone too soon for.
I love Pop Smoke. If we weren't doing a top 5, he would be my number 6. But, because, Backseat's legendary, Get Back's legendary. Yeah. A lot of good songs by Pop Smoke, however. He just doesn't make my top 5.
I don't know, man. I think Pop Smoke just has a voice that is just, very interesting sounding. Just one of those voices that I just find kind of annoying. So, I mean, he just doesn't make my top 5, he's okay sometimes, but not for me, bro. I'm not a Pop Smoke fan.
Are you on acid?
Nah, are you, bro? Hey, yo, before we can even continue, you guys are like, oh, if you live in Detroit, bro, you gotta have Eminem. Yo, you're sleeping on Big Sean, man. He's also Detroit blood, and you guys ain't even got him in your honorable mentions, bro. So I don't know what y'all are talking about.
Okay, but when you think about Detroit, Big Sean doesn't come up. Eminem will come up. Eminem is like the staple of Detroit music.
Big Sean definitely will come up.
Not as much as Eminem. Not even close.
Debatable.
No, not even close.
Yeah, no. I do like Big Sean. I think he might have been the next person off the list. I really do like him. So we're getting into our top 3s now.
Oh, I didn't even say my top 4. I had Lil Baby at top 4.
Baby.
I have Drake at number 4 because I really like him and he's Canadian, and I like my Canadians, mate.
Okay, that was the worst Canadian accent I have ever heard. That was.
I swear to God, are you on like weed, acid, cocaine?
Why are you
Bro,
here?
I just like Drake, dude. Stop hating on me, player.
All right. At number 3, like I said before, I got Eminem. What do you guys got?
I have J. Cole. J. Cole's 2014 Forest Hills Drive, greatest album I've ever listened to, and I stand by that. Just off that album, he's in my top 3.
I like Lil Baby. He's got like 3 songs that I like to listen to. So I mean, that's why he's at my number 3 spot.
I like J. Cole's old music. I gotta be honest, I don't like his new music.
Yeah, no, I just solely off that album. That's
You
why
put
it's
him in
my
your top 3 just because
of that album. I listened to that.
I guess
album
that's
more
sort of why I have Eminem at 3, because like the only out of his last album, which I think was Music to Be Murdered by, I really the big song I liked out of that was Godzilla, because
Jeeps World.
Yeah, rest in peace. But all right, so number 2, I got Jack Harlow. I honestly think this guy's a beast.
He's on the come up too.
He's
moving up.
Yeah,
that's
like
true. He was at the Jake Paul fight.
Yeah, he was.
He was in the locker room.
Dude, he was with Pete Davidson roasting Jake Paul, which was hilarious to watch. But I have Jack Harlow at. Did I just call him Jake Harlow? Okay, I got Jack Harlow at number 2 because Way Out's a good song. Route 66 is a great song. What's Poppin's a banger. If you ever need a hype song for like a sporting event, What's Poppin' is always a good song to listen to. And then there's 21C Delta's really good. Yeah, he's made some bangers, and I can't wait to see his new music.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Well, my number 2 is Polo G, Wow in the Flesh. I think he's got some bangers. The Goat was a great album, or Goat was a great album, however you pronounce it. Solid album, great rapper, quality music.
Yeah, and I do really like Polo G. He may or may not be on my list still. A Boogie with the Hoodie is my number 2.
Dude, he had Hoodie Season, and then in my opinion, he fell off the earth.
I liked Hoodie Season and every album before that. I will say his last album was decent. It wasn't amazing or anything, but he has a lot of really good albums. And every year on Spotify, at least since I've had it, he's been in my top 2 or 3 most listened to. So I gotta put him up there.
Yeah, not a big fan.
Yeah,
but
not a fan here.
Going back to what you said, you got Polo G. I got Polo G at 1, dude.
I do too. I think he's the best rapper out there right now.
So Polo G's got to be our highest rated because you got him at 2, I got him at 1, you got him at 1. Yeah, dude. Goat, amazing album, very good, very very good. Highly recommend. And even his album before that was really really good.
Yeah, I think, and the cool thing about him is he's getting better and better. Like the last song he just dropped, Rap Stars, might be his best song. It's up there for sure. First number 1, which is really cool for him. That young and already had number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you got at?
My number 1 is Big Sean. I know you guys keep sleeping on him. I know you guys keep hating on him, but he's my number 1. He's got a style of music that I really like. I don't think anybody is really a comparable rapper to him. He just has a style that I really like. His voice is really awesome, and I think he gets a lot of people to collab with to really just make great music. So that's why he's my number 1.
Yeah, not a big fan. Like, he's probably just not my style. But if you guys want to see other top 5 segments, please comment below suggestions you have. We would like to see those because this is something we want to continue, and I think it'll be really entertaining for you guys. So comment below what top 5s you want to see. But going back to the music.
So boys, Fetty Wap 2021.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Anthony,
right, let's go.
How come you knew that was exactly what I wanted to hear today? Of course, Fetty Wap is coming back 2021. He's coming back all the way from 2015, baby. Hasn't had a good song since then. But he has been talking. He's gonna get out of this slump, baby. The One-Eyed Wonder is coming back to give us another song akin to 679 or even Trap Queen. He's coming back, baby. The dreads are hot. The one eye is looking for content. He's coming back. He's going to give us another hit.
Dude,
I guarantee it.
Who's gonna give him a song or a feature?
Bro, he has banger after banger after banger. Who wouldn't want Fetty Wap?
Dude, he's got 5 hits, bro. He's got 5 hits. 679 Trap Queen, My Way Again, RGF Island, and nothing else after that.
I didn't even know 2 of those. But 3 of them are bangers, and he's coming back with a 4th or a 6th one, whichever way you're looking at it. But either way, this man has potential. He's shown it. He's coming back 2021. I don't know why, but he's been saying he's going to release a banger.
Is he releasing music soon?
I think so.
Because, dude, I haven't heard anything about Fetty Wap since 2015. I gotta be honest.
You gotta believe. You gotta believe. He's
Dude,
dropping music.
I'm
He
believing.
said he was getting back into the swing of things.
Dude, it says that the rapper has delivered multiple projects through 2020, including a newly released "You Know the Vibes" featuring Style P's and Monty.
Right. But, okay, he's got to try and get away from Monty, dude. He's doing too much stuff with Monty, bro. He's got to take a step back, gather his bearings, and produce a 2015 banger. And he's going to do it. He's going to do it in 2021. I guarantee it. He's coming back. No cap. He's coming back 2021 to give us some Fetty Wap music, some Fetty Wap.
Thank you guys so much for watching the 4th episode of the Inbound Podcast. We appreciate you all tuning in. Make sure to follow all of our socials below and hammer that subscribe button as hard as possible. Jesus. Okay.
Really?
All right. Catch you next weekend. Peace out.
I'm a young Spanish nigga from the projects. I'm gon' make it, who gon' stop it? I ain't got nothing to lose, yeah. Fuck all the rules, yeah. I'm on the move, yeah. I'm a young Spanish nigga from the projects. I'm gon' make it, who gon' stop it? I ain't got nothing to lose, yeah. Fuck all the rules, yeah. I'm on the move, yeah. Sick of the rats and roaches, sick of them round bricks, sick of the freezing cold, sick of them hollow tips, sick of the pissy stackers, sick of them fucking sirens, sick of being quiet.